Yo, what up? It's Donut, and you tuning in to all your Illuminati news. We got a big show for you today. We accurately predicted the frickin' blackout to go down on the 85th day of the year because blackout, the numerical value is 85, and March 26th was the 85th day of the year. Let me play a clip of that prediction a few weeks ago. 26. That's the date. I've been saying something bad's going to happen March 26. That's the date. I've been saying that the blackout might happen. Blackout equals 85, and on the 85th day of the year is March 26. Kind of weird that is out there. So this movie's coming out, shout out to Coke Zero, called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen, coming out on March 26. These are the Sampaku Eye that something bad is about to happen. So it did happen. And this video went super viral over on Facebook. People were talking mad crap. And so I put them on blast. They're like, oh, you don't get nothing right ever. Well, look, there's San Diego, 100,000 people without power. Now, this is an isolated incident, probably for some sort of a bigger agenda at play. We're seeing a lot of the humanoid robots taking over social media, whether that's people playing with these robots or just doing the nice modeling walk with the robots. The humanoid robots were all over the Economist magazine cover, which shows the predictive programming of what's to come. It's a manufactured priming of hypnosis for society to show them the new technologies via the different art forms that are out there. That's what the Super Bowl is all about, and the different rituals and the billboards that are hanging up on the simulacra for you to imitate, because that is what it's all about, is for you to imitate and get ready for what is to come and what is about to go down. And that is the technocracy, technocrats taking all over. Tons of strange stuff in the news as you join in on this Friday night. Shabbat Shalom to our buddy who celebrates Shabbat Shaloms. The Epstein video game's out. A lot of people are playing it. It's breaking headlines. We'll get into that. Just wanted to start it off with the prediction of the blackout that took place. And it's not just the gematria. That's what's the plan is. It's very easy to see what's going to happen when you read the blueprints of the technocracy and the resetting of the interwebs. President Trump put this out. It was a cryptic meme video having the flag in the correct order, I believe, but it was like a blackout type video. Very interesting. Chan Lee, shout out to Chan Lee, showed that it's the civilian peacetime flag that is hanging up in that image. So here's the Economist magazine. I recreated it just to kind of go over what the predictions were to go down. And I said volatility. Now the stock market went down like 700 points, very volatile stuff happening. But also to the exact date, I said March 26. You can see right here, possible blackout window. So we did get that correct. And there's a huge OnlyFans ritual going on right now. The stock market, March 27th, Dow falls 790 points. The Dow, 50 Dow. So a lot of cryptic tweets. I'm making funny memes over on Twitter of the White House gone wild with the blurred out imagery. And then you got brainwashers like Joe Rogan saying that MAGA is for dorks. So I made this image because dork means a whale penis, and President Trump is definitely not a dork. Isn't that a cool picture? Got the B-2s up there and the whales with laser beams on their freaking heads. So just by its popularity of these nobility families and CIA families, Tucker, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, Eats the Bugs, Fear Factor Man, with the Nazi SS in his logo, By it being popular, just definitionally means it's untrue. It's just a group ratio. It's called the group think. It's the collective mind, and by nature, they are socialist. For the hive mind, brainwashing fools. Anyway, just a rant. Texas is to conduct a statewide emergency alert system test on April 2nd. Now, I think this is kind of interesting because Passover, Pesach, is about to approach on the 1st on April Fool's Day, because the real beginning of the year did not take place March 20th, the spring equinox. So it's like an April Fool's joke, and that's how the calendar system was set up or something like that. But I think some big geopolitical plans are going on. There could be some sort of big event in Iran, I'm thinking. And I think it's going to be all over with. Like I said, in the beginning of the month, I said that whole thing is going to be over with in like a month when everyone's screaming world war. I was like, it's going to be over. And that's what President Trump said. He said it was over, or it's being like, put on pause or something like that. We'll see what happens. But the story of Passover is freeing the Israelites. So I wonder if there's going to be a correlation to the regime change or something over the weekend. We'll see. But Texas is conducting a statewide emergency alert for April 2nd to strengthen disaster readiness. Well, that was what the meme was all about that the White House shared, that was showing right here. It was literally a cell phone alert, the two emojis of a cell phone alert. So we called the blackout to go down on that day. Here's just some more footage of that blackout that went down. But there were signs for stuff like this to go down. Jacob Israel shared this meme, and I wrote on when he shared this, I said March 26th will be the blackout date, and that was what happened. But Mountain Dew showed the pitch black to go down as well. And Elon shared out the test is over after it went down. There's also in the news of internet cables being cut at the Strait of Hormuz. So all this different blackout stuff all over the place. But we did call it there. So I'm going to flex. I'm flexing. But I'm not very much tied into the geopolitical news, although there's a lot of news to catch up on. I've been working very hard on the new book, the first book, The Illuminati Toilets, the great equalizer of the toilet, the crapper that every nation, religion, nationality, everybody can relate to taking a dump. In this book, absolutely mind-boggling. We go over the shit demons. We go over the toilet sacrifices. I even tie in Jeffrey Epstein. You know, he was under a kind of a Chinese toilet water torture prior to his suicide. And we tie in a lot of different toilet information with murders, like Charles Manson murder. He was hiding in a bathroom. They hid the frickin' wallet in a toilet, and the girl took a poop after the murder. Just tons of weird stuff, and how it's correlated to one of the 7 deadly sins of sloth and the Bellafor demon, crapping on the crapper. I mean, this stuff, every time I start something, a journey into a research project, I do it sort of like a joke, like Illuminati dolphins. But then I'm like, oh my goodness, this is all real. There's a real Illuminati dolphin, and it goes all the way back to Net, ancient times. And so same thing with the toilet demons. The toilet demons, there is even a prime number named after this toilet demon. Also, it's like a 666 prime number with 13 zeros in between the 666s. So you got the 13 and the 6s. But this was written about by the Don Machiavelli. He wrote something on it. There have been plays made about it. So, I mean, this is a historical book, and you can get it, links down below. Chapters 1 through 3 are out now. Become a YouTube member. It's absolutely crazy stuff, and we'll keep on updating it. Then eventually we'll make it public. But I want to get into the OnlyFans ritual that's happening. An absolute OnlyFans sacrifice went down with the owner. He was 43. What did we say? We said the beginning of the year, the next ritual to be a 43-year-old. It's part of the Illuminati code, the 43. So that's another thing that we got correct. So OnlyFans is trending in the simulacra right now. You even got OnlyFarms with the White House. They released this today, OnlyFarms. And also, Bobby is going viral with an OnlyFans star. And they're on the toilet. They're on the Illuminati toilet. I mean, this is getting crazy. This is getting nuts. So I think it's all correlated somehow to the shit demons. Cuba looks to the Vatican for help. And the Vatican new bank chief sparks Illuminati takeover claims. Deep state taking over the Catholic Church, going into some Illuminati stuff. Isn't that funny? Just funny articles out there. And this one's the weirdest. Disturbing 5 nights at Epstein's. Online game spreads rapidly through the classroom. Now, the new classroom is Joe Rogan. That's who the new classroom is. I got some images of how this conditional mind control works on society. As a millennial, mainly, that's who it is brainwashing to this shit show right here. Right here, as you can see, it's the yearbook photo. It's the freaking yearbook photo, classic conditioning, because you have the Pavlov dog experiments in the 12-step programs of K through 12 in school. That was all just to train you to be an obedient slave. And then these elites, they understand your psychology. So after you graduate, your rebellious anal stage, the frickin' controllers have some cause set up for you to fall into through their worldview warfare. And that's what the Joe Rogan podcast is. It's worldview warfare for millennials. Just like Mr. Beast, he has his cold, dead eyes. That's for the children that are on all these different mind-altering chemicals. And they've cut off all feeling. They've cut off true natural feeling of anxiety and all this different stuff. And that's why they have the dead eyes. That's why Mr. Beast is a literal beast with the dead eyes, because he brings on all these communist, socialist people all over his platform and does his beast games and all of that. But you got these Hollywood elites saying that they're fighting the system, but they're all part of the system. Come on. Like this guy, he goes on to this guy's podcast to fight the Hollywood elites. He is a Hollywood elite. And this guy's coming out with a movie with more Hollywood elites. And this guy's coming out with a movie to promote his Hollywood movie promoted by Hulu and Disney. I mean, the whole freaking world is under Illuminati mind control. So the Joe Rogan podcast is the yearbook photo. They get people like the yearbook photo because it's a nostalgic vibe. But it's for the millennials, because millennials graduate around 2009, 34 to 35-year-olds today. And their views will change from that rebellious angst of adolescence. And they have the perfect guy there for you to mind control you. Joe Rogan has been podcasting for over 16 years, since December 2009. It was all set up for that reason. So there's the poop demons. Oh my gosh. So yeah, okay. Epstein goes viral, but you're never going to hear any of these people ever talk about the Hellfire Club. You're never going to hear them talk about the beggar Benison. We go over in the new chapter of this secret sex cult. These are Dionysian sex cults. That's why in Stranger Things, the same-sex attracted kid opens up a portal. How do you think he opened up that portal into the underworld? And they were all part of this strange sex club called the Hellfire Club. Motto, do what thou wilt, coming from the Illuminati order, the original one with Hassan Saba of the Hashashin order. Everything is permissible, even opening up the portals. So the beggar Benison, this is a secret sex cult that you probably never heard of. You only hear about Jeffrey. Now, these different cults, they switch and change names, but they're all related to nobility and the British Empire and kings and queens. One of the kings gifted them pubic hair so they could wear it. I mean, this is not for YouTube. You can check it out in the Illuminati toilet book because it's freaking disgusting. It's too hot for a freaking TV, literally. It's nuts what they did. They used bodily fluids. They all got together. These elites, we're talking, this went nationwide. They all got together. We're talking judges, powerful aristocrats. They all got together, all these knights, and they would all put their bodily fluids into a plate together, making some sort of homunculus baby probably. As the homunculus was created out of horse dung. That's how the freaking mini artificial human was created, through horse poop. Illuminati horses, Illuminati horse poop. So the beggar Benison is a Scottish gentleman's club devoted to the convivial celebration of, it's filthy. It's freaking filthy. I can't even talk about it. But we're opening the lid on this. I thought that was funny. No to the star, Holy Ghost said, I'm opening the lid on this toilet demon stuff. So Trump's signature to appear on paper currency in a first for a sitting president. This is very interesting. President Trump's going to have his name on the paper, for the 250th anniversary. I think Joe Rogan's worth $250 million, 250. But this is how I was able to talk to Jordan Maxwell about XRP, because Rosario's signature was on the currency during the lockdowns. And she's part of XRP, and her name's Rio, so it's all connected to maritime law and water. And speaking of water, at the WEF, it's the year of the water. So look out for water and food, to be in scarcity mode in a sense, because the 666 World Economic Forum dedicated the year of fire to water. And in today, the news, the global food supply faces dangerous bottleneck as Iran war persists. But Trump has came out and said it's over with. It's done. It's so we'll see what is planned. War threatens global food supply. Because of what? Because of poop. Because of the fertilizer. Sorry. My brain, I've been writing like crazy, chapter after chapter on all this toilet information. So there's going to be a lot of toilet information. But I just did do a podcast with Christopher at AMTV. Go over to his channel. we did a pretty cool podcast. He was talking about them different comets and asteroids and Dubai lightning and all this stuff going on. It was very interesting stuff. So make sure to go check out that podcast that we just did. Iran linked hacker breach FBI director's personal email, published photos and documents. So I think this is fake, but Kash Patel, I think that's Kash. Yeah, Kash Patel, his computer or something got hacked and they released all these photos of him. And I don't know. They're not really like, they're just normal photos. And I think it is symbolizing something. Like right here, it says Havana Club. Could be something with Havana syndrome or something. I don't know. The symbol is a Palestinian symbol. But who knows? What do you think? Cash grab. Trump's FBI director Kash Patel's emails hacked by Iran-linked cyber criminals with private pics and docs published online. Do you think that's a real story or fabricated? Oh my goodness, Tiger Woods. Look at this. You got the Knights Templar right there with this guy, Hegseth. And then you got Andrew Tate with his butterfly tattoo for the butterfly mind control programming. But then he covered it up with the female symbol of the cobra. Lady Gaga, Marina Abramovic ritual, just tons of weird stuff. Like you can dive into like pretty much in the news an occult connections to almost everything. So much strange stuff. I don't even know where I was going with that. But like these ICE raids, I mean, the ICE being at the airport, that's a strategic reason why. Lady Gaga is now a billionaire for her 40th birthday. Or almost a billionaire. So these billionaire clubs with the elites, like she does these rituals for the little children where she's imitating these ancient occult dances while everyone was tripping out on all these different substances and like doing murder and stuff. She's tapping into this ancient ritual, and it's for the youth, the rebellious youth. And then she opens up the Hunger Games ceremony. But what I'm trying to get at is that these elites, like the Bowling Gun Club, which George Farmer is part of with the Rothschilds, that's who does all the podcasts. All the people that are podcasting, they're all linked to nobility. But it's a huge op going on for the last years and years, and it's so annoying. Musk has a plan to make human labor obsolete. Billionaires are joining in. This is that utopia of doing nothing. It's the technocrat utopia, but it's sloth. People don't want to do anything. They're going to get haunted by the shit demon. Tiger Woods T-boned. He flipped another car. This guy keeps on flipping cars because he's drinking and driving. Oh my God. On the 128 road, the 281 Beach Road, the 128 code. Tiger Woods, massive rituals go down with this guy. We were covering it in the early days of the donut factory during the lockdowns. How his car crash with Genesis was connected to something. I forget what. It could have been the Genesis Act that was released later about setting up the CBDCs through the blockchain cryptocurrencies. But yeah, they use people and they use their names. Like Magic Johnson has the Magic Johnson. So he survived. That's what Owen Benjamin said. And that makes a lot of sense. And I even think this guy, Benny Johnson, that's interviewing JD Vance on aliens right now. JD Vance just came out and said that they're going to disclose the aliens with this Benny Johnson, BJ guy. I would not be surprised if a scandal goes down with that insider, with his Johnson, just like Anthony Weiner and his Wiener, right? And Magic Johnson with the Magic Johnson. But my eyes are still out for North Korea. Even North Korea is in the news now, but I think it'll be next month. I think the whole Iran thing will be wrapped up and North Korea and South Korea will be at conflict. It's shown here in the new Steven Spielberg film, The Disclosure Day. And his name even popped up down here. Spielberg passes on Cannes Film Festival. So right here's the Disclosure Day showing North Korea sees Pondong nuke. So they're subliminally putting this into the consciousness of the masses. Jay-Z, another insider, was on GQ magazine doing the Illuminati hand sign and the Illuminati eyeball. He does tons of symbolism with his 444 album. Obama came out at 444 in his interview to say aliens exist. He works with the socialist communists. And he's even in the data dump of the files. Friends with Bill, friends with Twitter creator, secret meetups, and Marina Abramovic. And he'd be laughing because he's an insider. You'll see this with a lot of the laughing Tuckers and Jeff Bezos and all that. They're always laughing like crazy because they're laughing at you. They're insiders. This is a freaking dolphin. A freaking Michael Jordan dolphin. Photos captured wild dolphin catching huge air. Massive. Massive. I mean, how that could just be fake. I mean, that doesn't even look real. Does that look real to you? Does that look real to you? Paranoid American shared this out. I thought it was interesting. It says conspiracy theories with the Illuminati eye on Ralph Breaks the Internet. The first scene once they enter the internet has a conspiracy theories banner with the all-seeing eye. I'm going to have to watch that because that's what this whole new lockdown's about, is about breaking the internet. That's what it even said at the halftime show. Right after the freaking halftime show, it says break the internet. And that is how they're going to reset the internet. Interesting. I'm going to have to check out that movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Hopefully I remember. So here's just the images of the laughing. The insider laughs with Bezos, Warren Buffett, the famous Warren Buffett meeting, and even this Benny guy be doing the laugh. Here's the Dubai Lightning. So yeah, very strange stuff. I think all this OnlyFans, OnlyFarms, and all this is part of the ritual. The frickin' guy who created it dies at 43. We said the next celebrity sacrifice would be a 43-year-old. That's strange. So the OnlyFans White House commercial that they released for OnlyFarms, there is a timestamp on it for 11:40. I wonder what that means. Just an interesting thing somebody pointed out. I saw on Twitter, thought I should screenshot it. Thought that was interesting. So the blackout happened. I'll get into some of the drowning rituals maybe. We covered the drowning rituals in the book, Illuminati Toilets. I'm going to go to the comment section. If you got a question, I'll answer it. Go into the comment section. Oh, I forgot to put up the comments. My bad. I'll do that next time. I'll remember that. Shout out to Aussie Girl. Thank you so much for your support, Aussie Girl. Appreciate you. Tracy Twyman's last novel, Genuflect, is about how the owner of the largest building in London, built over an ancient Mithraic temple, is collecting all the building waste to do toilet rituals? What? I'm screenshotting that. Thank you. I've never, ever read any of her work, but I know the homicologist himself, one-on-one, did, and also Ani Osaru has as well. So I would just get the information. I'm going to check that out. That's incredible. That's incredible research for the toilet book. This toilet book, oh my goodness. Absolutely. It's incredible. You can get the first 3 chapters right now. Click the link below to get some more strange crap. It's freaking nuts. It's freaking nuts. We go deep into this beggar Benison cult. And it's so freaking weird. And then we tie it into just all this different crap. It's nuts. I think it's going to be a cult classic. It's hilarious. No alcohol in the system, but he wouldn't take a urine test. Pills or something else was involved. Talking about Tiger Woods. And maybe he was in a self-driving car. Maybe they keep on trying to, like, Princess Diana him. So just going through some of the comments right now for anyone listening on the podcast. Yo, Donut, did you see the new KFC Pickle Puffer Jacket 128 code? That's insane. I got to look that up. Pickle Puffer KFC. I mean, that's just a cool word. Pickle Puffer. Pickle Puffer Jacket. I'm pulling up all these links right now. This looks nuts. This looks freaking nuts. I want to see what the 128 code's all about. I got to get me one of these Pickle Puffer Jackets. Is that real pickles in there? That's hilarious. Things just got to get stranger and stranger for the attention. KFC was part of secret society. Check out his gravestone. It's full of secret society symbolism. So where is the 128 code in it? Is it in Gematria, like you said? Like if I write that in Gematria, it equals 128? That's hilarious. Very funny. Very funny stuff. Anthony says, I heard they're going to change the signature on the dollar bill and have it with Trump's signature instead. Yes. Yes. That's right. God bless your President Trump and exceptional team, PackRat777 says. Pickle Puffer sounds too much like Peter Puffer. 128 good sense, worthy praise, but spitty curse. Interesting. All right, let's go over more of this Illuminati news. There's the drowning rituals, the insider laughs, the toilet paper. Here, this is where Charles Manson was hiding, right underneath the sink. I don't know how you even fit in there. He's probably doing some yoga. Here's just some more of the blackout stuff. New York wants to go dark after 11 p.m. So just all that stuff. On March 26, Elon Musk said this is a test last year. And that exact day is when the blackout happened. Here's another image of Trump blackout tweet. It shows like a phone being hacked, it looks like. And they're showing the water bottle, the Dasani water bottle. So I was wondering if that's something to do with water. A lot of strange stuff. Here's just some strange poop stuff. I am just too dive deep right now into the toilet literature. Let me play a clip real quick of J.D. Vance saying aliens are here and they're demons.
You're going to release all the UFO files?
We're working on it. It's funny.
Yep. That's what's going on. That is what is going on. But that's it. Just want to give y'all an update. I'll keep y'all posted. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Much love, and God bless you.